everybody, it's Matt Brown from Matt Brown's Guitar Studio in Chicago and the band Dead Parade. I'm going to teach you Octopus's Garden by the Beatles on bass. So another song from the classic Abbey Road album. So we're in standard tuning for this one and we're in the key of E. And I'm just going to kind of take you through like I usually do and talk about the chords and why we're playing what we're playing on bass. And then get after the bass line. Alright, let's start back at the beginning. So at the very beginning of this song, we're just playing root notes over the chords, which is a B to E chord. And then what we're going to have is when the strumming pattern of the guitar comes in, we're going to have this E to C sharp minor, and these are split bars, so 2 beats each. So E for 2 beats, C sharp minor for 2 beats, A for 2 beats, and that's pretty much the chord progression here. So I'll play the bass line over this, and I'll include the intro and where the strumming comes in. Alright, so this is like bass playing 101 here. So this classic lick, we have E to B, 7th fret notes, 4, 6, and then we're back to the root note of our first chord, the E chord. So we're alternating root and fifths for the most part on this bass line. So we're going to play, root and fifth for E chord, root and fifth with C sharp minor, over the A chord, root and fifth, and then we're going to do like a little B major scale lick back to the beginning. So that's the main basis of this bass line. There's going to be a lot of different fills that he's going to play over the B chord at the end, because it happens a million times in the song, and the idea is each time it comes around you want to play something a little bit different. So he's mainly playing out of those three notes, I'd say, in building the majority of his fills out of that. So that's, you know, the root, the two and the third of basically your B major chord there. Okay, so let's move on and check out the chorus section. So the chorus is simple. Chord-wise, there's just a strummed C sharp minor that holds for a bar, and then, you know, it's played in the next bar as well. Then you have a bar of A, and then you have a bar of B. So I'll just start with those first 4 bars of the chorus. So just playing root notes and one passing tone between the C sharp minor and the A chord. So there's your 9th fret, 9, 7, 5, and then we're coming up to the 7th fret, and then walking up the scale, and then we are to the chord progression, which basically the E to C sharp minor to A thing is how we end the chorus, sort of. So it's E for a bar, C sharp minor for a bar, then you have a split bar, A to B, and then a full measure of E. So during this section you'll see him do a few different things here, like playing octaves, you know, that type of thing instead of the fifths, and then at the last measure over this E chord, he's doing this E octave thing and then coming down the E major scale. So that's 9, 9, 9, 8, 6, 9, and then you're to the next verse. So the next verse, some of the neat stuff that he does is he's like, you know, sliding to the next note up in the scale with some of the root notes of the chords and the passing tones. You know, that kind of thing. So that's a neat thing. So let's move on and check out some of the later material. So we're going to have another chorus. And then the fill that he's going to do here is basically like an E mixolydian fill to lead to the key of A for the bridge. So what we have here, this is the last bar. We're going to do the root, quarter note, the 5th of the E chord, quarter note, and then we're going to do this lick. So that is 9, 9, 9, 9, 7, 6, 9. And then we're into the bridge section. So let's check that out now. Alright, for the bridge we have a measure of A, then we have a measure of F sharp minor, we have a measure of D, and a measure of E. Now the next time around we're going to transition back to the main part, so we're going to have a measure of A, F sharp minor, and then we have a split bar of D and E, and then a split bar of A and B7. Alright, so I'm going to play all of this section, it's 8 bars. Alright, so mainly just doing the root and 5th thing with some fills over the E chord at the end, and that takes you back to another verse. So let's finish this one off. The song kind of ends with a chorus and then it gets tagged or extended basically. So what we have harmony-wise, the first 4 bars of the chorus are the same. You know, we have the for a measure 1, 2, and then, you know, some sort of B idea. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a bar of E, and this is now into the ending here, a bar of E, a bar of C sharp minor, and then we have a split bar of A and B, and that's going to kind of lead us back to the beginning of where it gets extended. So what we're going to do here is you know, just kind of our standard like root and 5th with some little walk-up materials. And then for the next part we're going to do the E chord, and then a split bar of A to B, and then what you have is a split bar of C sharp minor and B. So this goes like, here's A, whoops, A, B, C sharp minor, B, A, B, E. And then, you know, the cheesy kind of cliche ending there. So I'll do that again. I'll play all of this ending with the track, and hopefully you'll be able to get it. So it's I'll start at the end of this last chorus here. Alright, so that'll do it for Octopus's Garden by the Beatles. So if you'd like the tabs, get in touch. Or maybe, if you'd like access to all of my transcriptions, please become a Patreon patron. And subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. Get some notifications from me. And thanks for watching. Got plenty more. Alright, see you around.